Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Me llamo Supriya, estoy enseñando español. Today we are going to do the topic time. We have been doing verbs since long and I know that is very complex, like we have so many conjugations, so it takes time to memorize those conjugations. So we'll do something little less complex today, that is time. And it is very important to remember that while asking time, as I have told you, for time, the word in Spanish language is tiempo. Time. Tiempo. But if you want to ask someone what is the time or at what time do you do this or anything, then you cannot use this word tiempo, because tiempo is used for asking about weather. So when you are talking to Spaniard and you use this word tiempo, he'll understand that you want to know about weather. So while asking for time, you need to change this tiempo with the word Hora. H is silent, so it is written as Hora, but you will read it as Hora. So the question what time it is would be ¿Qué hora es? Remember when I had explained that say verb? So I said say verb is used to say time, and that is the exception of say verb, because other than that we have to use say verb. We are supposed to use say verb for permanent things, but time changes, like time is not permanent, but still we use say verb to ask and say time. So we have to use two forms of say verb, like third person singular number for one, that is es. Third person singular number when it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. When it's 1 o'clock. And we are supposed to use third person plural number form son for anything other than 1 o'clock, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or 3 o'clock, or whatever it is, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, anything. It has to be son. So, and you need to know the numbers before doing time, because how else you are going to say it's 20 or like half past 20 or like 20 minutes, it's 20 to 1 or whatever. So you need to know the numbers in Spanish for telling time. And so how are you gonna ask ¿Qué hora es? Or in Latin American countries, like you sometimes you will see this in this format as well. ¿Qué hora son? ¿Qué hora son? So both are correct. ¿Qué hora son or qué hora es? It means what time it is. And there is one other format, that is ¿Tienes hora? It literally means do you have time? Remember I had done tener, verb tener, like tienes is like second person form. It means do you have time? Tener describes possession. But when you are asking tienes hora, that it doesn't mean that you want to borrow someone to talk to or something. It is like do you have time, like do you know what time it is? So you someone can ask you like that too, tienes hora, then you are supposed to tell them what time it is. So suppose now how are you going to answer this question? Your answer would be like let's say it's 1 o'clock. So for 1 we are supposed to use es, third person singular number form, because 1 is singular. So es and then definite article la, and for one is uno, but we are going to write una because ora is feminine, so una, and feminine article would be la for singular number. So your answer would be es la una, es la una. That means it is one, it is one. And if it is one, suppose if it is 120, then your answer would be es la una y veinte. You have to add e. E means and like it's y, but you read it as e, and it means and. So es la una y veinte. It is 120, and it is for singular number like 1. But what if the time is like 2 o'clock? Then you are going to say son, not s. S is only for singular number. So son, like third person plural number form of ser verb, son. And then remember I told you if the noun is plural, singular, and like if the noun is plural, even no, that like article has to match the number as well. So la is for singular number, so you have to change it into las. So las for plural number. Article las is the article for plural number and feminine gender. So son las dos. So it is 2. It's 2. And you want to say it's 2:30. 2:30. It would be son las dos y treinta, means 30. Son las dos y treinta. It's 2:30. And like similarly it would be son las tres for 3, son las cuatro for 4, son las cinco for 5, son las seis for 6, son las siete for 7, son las ocho for 8, son las nueve for 9, son las 10 for 10, son las 11 for 11, son las 12 for 12, son las 13 for 30, like no, there's no 13, sorry. So you have to go like that till 12, and you have to add minutes to it like this. And suppose it is 2:33. Suppose it is 3:35. Then you are supposed to say son las tres y then treinta y, remember how you say 35? 35. So you have to add 2 e's. It's las tres y 35. Like if it is 3:45, son las tres y 45. 40 is for 40. So you have to remember the numbers till 60, like till 59. And sometimes you see this word en punto. En punto. En punto means o'clock. But you don't have to use it, like it's not necessary. So en punto you don't have to use it. But I have told you guys, like if you'll see it, you know what it is. And there's one important thing, like for 15, like how do you say 15? 15 is 15. 15 is 15. 15 is 15. So if it is 115, like if it is 115, you can say es la una y 15. Es la una y 15. But there is one better way. For 15, you can say es la una y cuarto. Cuarto is a quarter. So es la una y cuarto. Cuarto. And you remember, you cannot confuse it with cuatro. Cuatro is 4. But is cuarto. Like you have to remember it, you can remember it with quarter. Like you say, no, it's quarter past 1. So 1:15. So cuarto, not cuatro. Cuatro is 4. So es la una y cuarto, 1:15. And suppose 1:30. For 30, the word is media. So es la, let's change it to 2:30. So son las 2:30. 2:30. Or you can say son las 2:30. Both are correct, but I think if you ask me, I find it better to say son las 2:30 or es la una y cuatro or 2:04 or 3:04. It's better, but remember, you have to, you can use cuarto and media for exact 15 and 30 minutes. Like other than that, you have to follow this format only. And suppose the time is 1:50. So how you're gonna say it? Es la una y. Es la una y. For 50, how do you say 50 in Spanish? 50. 50. Es la una y 50. But there is another way, like in English as well, you say it's 1:50, or sometimes you say it's 10 to 2. Okay? So how do you say that it's 10 to 2 in Spanish? So you can say son las 2 and menos. Son las 2 menos 10. This is how you say it's 10 to like 2, or any number, like you have to use this word menos. Menos means minus. So son las 2 menos 10. 10 means 10. So it's 10 to 2. I hope it's clear. And this is how you tell hora y minutos in Spanish language. And I'll tell you guys how to add more to it. Like there is no AM PM in Spanish language, so you have to tell, like if you want to say someone like you at this time in the morning, so you have to tell it in the morning or at the night or like in the afternoon, like that. So I'll tell you how are you gonna do that. So now we are going to do that how to add, like we don't have, as I told you, we don't have AM PM thing, so we have to tell the listener it is like 1 o'clock in the morning or like at night or whatever. So for that, like in Spanish language, for that the format is de, la, they. But like there are so many things in Latin American countries, you will listen en la instead of de la, you will listen en la. So it could be en la, de en, and sometimes you can see por la, por, but there is very thin line to separate between de and por. Like por you will use when it is your regular thing, you do it every single day, then you are supposed to use por la. But usually you can use de, or in like en as well. So de, en, or por, de, en, or por. So for morning, how do you say morning in Spanish language? La mañana. Mañana. Mañana means tomorrow as well, but for morning also mañana. Then de la or por la tarde for afternoon. Por la tarde. And for evening and night, there is only one word, noche. So de la noche for evening or night. And for early morning, we have this word madrugada. So it would be de la madrugada or en la madrugada or por la madrugada. So de la mañana or en la mañana, por la mañana. And you know that por is for regular things, like when you do something every single day, it's your routine. Other than that, de la mañana, de la noche, de la tarde. And like you know that when you are supposed to tell the time, like it is 1, you are going to say es la una or son las dos. But what if someone is asking you, or you want to ask at what time? Then you cannot answer it like it is 1. Like I'm asking you, at what time do you do exercise? You cannot say it is 10. Like then you are supposed to answer it like at 10 o'clock or at 10 a.m. So how are you gonna do that? Then for at, you are supposed to use a word a. Like I want to ask you, at what time do you go to university? Then the question I'll be asking, a que hora, at what time, a que hora tu. I can it's not necessary to use this pronoun, but I am using it for now. A que hora tu. And go is like ir, verb ir means to go, and tu form second person singular number form of ir is vas. A que hora tu vas, and ir. Remember I had told you guys, like verb ir is supposed to use with preposition a, to, for to as well. So a que hora tu vas a la universidad. So at what time do you go to the university? So how are you supposed to answer this? So whenever I am asking you at what time you do this or whatever the question is, I am going to use you, second person, because I am asking you, but you are supposed to answer it in first person because you cannot use you for yourself. So your answer would be I. So for I, Spanish pronoun would be yo. And I am not like I can leave this yo, but I am using it for now. So yo means I, and then you are supposed to use the first person form of conjugation of the verb. So yo voy a la universidad at what time? So las, suppose I want to say at the 10, a las 10 de la mañana. So yo voy a la universidad a las 10 de la mañana. So it is like that. You are supposed to use de la mañana. And like if I want to, there is two words you need to remember as well. For midday and midnight. For midday word is mediodía, and for midnight it is medianoche. So mediodía, why it is mediodía? Because dia is masculine gender, so medio, and noche is feminine gender. Even though it's ending in a, they both are like exception. Dia is ending in a, but still it is not feminine, masculine gender. So mediodía, and noche is ending in a, but it is feminine. So medianoche. And article would be for dia masculine article el, and for noche feminine article la medianoche, el mediodía. Okay. So that's it. I think we have covered everything. Hasta domingo. Adios.